We are live. Hey, world. Our world. Not very big. Welcome to What's Up Wednesday with Brittany and Robin. It's so good to have you with us tonight. Um, it's like, how many days till Christmas? 2 days till Christmas Eve.
I'm in denial. I kept not thinking about it. We were away. We left Sunday morning and got back last night. So I was like, that's the thing that is on my radar. And then Christmas is sometime after that. I forgot to prepare.
I appreciate that. Are you done shopping?
No, nope.
No, me either.
Logan's going out tomorrow. I'm getting a couple last things, but yeah, I think some people are going to be getting their gifts late. I have something for everybody, but maybe not the thing that I wanted for everybody. So it's fine. We'll get there.
Yep.
It's
We have one thing to buy tomorrow. That's food. So I try not to get it too early.
Yeah, we got groceries today.
Yes. Yeah, it was crazy. I went out last night. It was super busy, but it wasn't, people were nice. I always get really anxious to be in large crowds anyway, regardless of COVID. And I'm like, oh no, what are we going to come up against? And I was bringing those blessing bags that we have at church because we've made them this Sunday and dropping them off. And I was asking all the people I was encountering when I was giving them, like, have people been nice to you? Has it been really stressful? And most of them, everybody said for the most part, people have been really patient and kind and very thankful and, moving with the swing of things and not super anxious, which is really nice to hear for those in retail and service because
yeah,
I don't know, not always easy, but
yeah, I've liked going in the early morning since Esther wakes up so early anyway. That's a good time for us to get out, way better than the afternoon. So we just get out and go, and it's not been too crazy. Although I went last Wednesday to get my booster at Crossgates because it was close by to school.
Yeah.
And it was very busy at noon on a Wednesday. I was like, okay.
Everybody shop it.
Apparently that's when everybody's going shopping.
Hey, Rob. I don't know. I remember, did you go to Lord & Taylor for your booster?
Yeah.
Johanna did too. I'm like, how bougie is that?
Yeah, it was such a different experience than the U-Albany parking lot where I got the first 2 shots.
Cattle herd to where's my fragrance sample on the way out,
Yeah, it was really nice. It was so fast too. I had an appointment, but I got there and they were like, "Oh yeah, we can take you now." I was like a half hour early. So
oh wow.
Yeah. If you don't have your booster shot, it's a place to go. It's so easy.
I had mine on Tuesday night, the 28th. I wanted to make it through Christmas without any side effects. So
yeah, that was the thing. I was worried about having side effects because Logan, we had a cold when he got his, and so he started feeling icky, so we didn't know what it was from, if it was the booster, just general, but I was worried about it. So I was going to get it over Thanksgiving break and I didn't get around to it. So I was like, oh, now I have to get it before Christmas. So I went and no side effects. It was totally fine. So
good.
Worried for nothing.
Good. Yeah. I know Rob is on. If you're on and you're checking in with us, let us know you're here in the comments so we know the eyeballs that we're speaking to. We just see you as numbers right now. But how are you doing this week if you're out in the world, in the metaverse, as the cool kids would say? Maybe. I don't know. Hi, Logan. Throw out a random Arby's comment for Logan and Tim.
Yeah, here's your chance for your redemption or your rebuttal, I guess.
Yes. We heard that at least we are mostly done with our Christmas shopping. I hope you guys are too. Hi, Ashley. Hi, Erica. I wanted to ask this question early because I don't know, we'll get into it later, but at the end of, no, not the end of service, during worship this past Sunday, Dan asked, he's like, I really feel like grab an anthem for the week. And I thought, oh, what a good week to have an anthem, if not every week. So I was just thinking about our worship set as he was saying that, and just remembering God's faithfulness. That's the phrase I keep reminding myself of this week. So I know, Robin, you guys were traveling on Sunday, but I was curious if anybody else had something you've sort of been repeating this week, in the midst of everything that's going on, like something you've held on to? And hopefully it's not Arby's is Mad Good Son. Though I guess that could be an answer. I feel like that is. I could take
Yeah.
that.
Yeah, I missed that part. I did rewatch the sermon today, but missed out on everything else. Well, that's good, Rob.
Yeah, I love that. That's like a breath prayer. Just one of those things that we. Ooh, God is still working. Good, Ashley. I love that. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I remember a pastor telling me if it's not done yet, he's not finished. And I always thought, ooh, that's good. He pulled out of Isaiah, I think Isaiah 61. Good guys. Well, something to hold on to. I thought it was a really good reminder that Dan had made. So I found myself kind of using it as my prayer point. I don't know about Rob and Ashley if you guys have been doing the same, but it's almost like everything that's come up this week, that's my prayer response, is whatever reminder of God's goodness. I say, God, you're always faithful to me and to us. So putting in some time in the prayer room today. So as just a shameless plug for our prayer room, if you're ever praying, if you don't have access to the building when you want to, just let me know. But it's a really good quiet spot, especially during the week.
It's so cozy.
It is warm. It reminds me, Frank Kranker would have enjoyed it in there. It's nice and warm. So, well, unless Robin, you wanted to add something to the weekly check-in, I think it's time.
Well, I was going to say the one thing.
Yeah, no, go ahead.
The one thing that I was thinking earlier today, I was like starting to get anxious. We're having all of our family over to our house for like the first time for a holiday, which is so fun. And our house is really small. I'm like thinking about all the things that I need to do and all the cleaning I need to do. And I was like, even if the Christmas thing isn't perfect, like he still sent his son, right? So like I think that's the thing that I've been kind of dwelling on, at least over the course of today. And I'm sure I'll be saying that to myself a lot more this week, is like that's the thing, right?
Mm-hmm. That's good, Robin.
Yeah.
There's a lot of stuff that can steal our joy. I think that was one of the things that stood out to me in prepping for Christmas Eve, was like, Jesus didn't come and all the circumstances changed. Like the world wasn't suddenly perfect, but the hope and promise, it was a down payment that it will be eventually. And I just remember thinking that's why we celebrate, not because everything is already all better, but because we know through Jesus that it will be fine in the end. And that is, it's just something to hold on to in the midst of everything else.
Yeah, it was very comforting because the bathroom still needs to be cleaned and food needs to be cooked, but it's okay.
It's fine. Everything's fine. Cool. Well, we'll give everybody a chance to gather your thoughts sort of for our Sunday follow-up. But before we do that, I don't know. I like quizzes. So I guess whenever I'm on here, I want to do something fun. We have not Christmas trivia and it's not songs. It is Christmas gibberish. So we are going to pull up a YouTube video. There are 15 rounds and they are only 10 seconds each. So you really need to be on your game. Whoever's watching, whoever wins, whoever gets the most points correct, I will send you a $5 gift card via Amazon. You can pick whatever you want. I'll just buy it over Amazon. So get your game face on, be ready to rock and roll. I'm going to pull it up and we will begin the show. So 15 rounds. So you're going to get a score out of 15. You get to watch Robin and I react and try and figure it out because we've not seen all of it.
I'm so bad at these. I love this.
It is good to sound them out. It'll explain. There'll be instructions in a moment, but sound them out. If you've got your kids, Erica, this is a fun one, but it does go fast. So you are all warned. 2.
Yes, Logan, type it.
Then we get 2 more seconds. Happy Hanukkah. Here we go. Yeah. I got this one. There you go. Oh, we've got chocolate left in theirs. Nope.
How did I not get that?
Did not even come close in the beginning. Well, they even have a little cheating gif in the corner. All right, first 5 down. Is this food? Yeah. Yeah. The hairy part. Some of the words that they use. Oh, Christmas tree. Do not like the gingerbread man. Here. Alright, hopefully everybody's keeping track of your scores. Yeah, okay.
That was for sure having to do with display.
No. I feel like this might be more food.
Wow. Okay.
Hay and egg, they're close, right?
Yeah.
Oh, baby Jesus. Sweet baby Jesus. Three left. Two less. Oh. Christmas to us.
Yeah.
Oh. That one I understand. I feel like the last one's a little bit of a secondary dig.
Yeah.
I think this is the last question after this, number 15. All right, everybody. How did you do? You'll have to be honest. Oh, there's a lot of comments. Wow.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, you guys are like on it. Oh, you'll have to tally because we're not very good at. It's totally fine, Rob. There was a number. Big one, cranberry sauce. Oh, the sauce. Milk and cookies. Yeah, you guys are good. All right. I know, Linda. I know. That was intense. Christmas. 14 out of 15, Logan. Holy cannoli. All right. All right. Did anybody else do 14 or more? Certainly not myself.
Nope.
Though, if you are hosting people and you don't know what to do, that is a fun little YouTube station that we
It's
found today.
funny.
So, highly recommend. 10 out of 10. All right. Well, if no one's going to contest Logan, you are the lucky winner. You probably won a $5 Arby's gift card, although Tim told me I couldn't even get French fries with that. So, maybe not. But you can let your wife know because she's not far away and we will send it over to you. Oh, Linda, it's okay if you got them all. Tim, yeah, right. Linda, we don't have to have them written down as long as you got 15 out of 15. Oh, yeah, 14 out of 15. I'm going to contest that. All right, Linda is the lucky winner. We can send out 14 and a half. We can send out more than one gift card if you got 15 out of 15. It was just something fun to do. 14 and a half. What does that mean? You got like cranberry and not the sauce? There's no partials in this game. All right. Well then, Linda, you let me know.
Oh, that's gotta be hard when you're bilingual. I don't know.
It was not very long, Perla. I thought that was pretty rapid. The 3-second mark came up pretty quick. You're like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. We're just sending everybody a $5 gift card. Just put your email in a direct message to us and we'll just bless you this Christmas with something fun. It had to come up. It had to come up. And we opened the door. It wasn't even you guys.
You know, it's how Logan and Tim are around.
Well, Sunday. I always feel like it's weird when I do it because I shared it. But we talked about the homeowner. It was kind of fun. We had a couple questions that I pitched in our follow-up, like on our little bulletin handout. So these were some of them. So how did this one impact you? How does God's decision to come and be born in the middle of a peasant home instead of a palace or even a private room impacted you this week?
I haven't had a lot of time to process that. Like I said, I watched it today, but the first thing that kind of came to me is just like, man, we really can't ignore what's going on in the parts of the city that most people would be happy to ignore.
Sure.
You know.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I just think it's so interesting that he could have been born anywhere, and even a private room just for a little bit of privacy for Mary and Joseph and the whole process. And yet right in the middle of normal, everyday.
Yeah.
Like, I just think about what you were saying, Robin, about like, I need to clean the bathroom and I have all these things that we need to do. And I feel like sometimes I am guilty of like thinking about all the things I have to do before engaging with him. Like I'll be like, oh yeah, I'll get to some like quiet time. And then I don't know, sometimes I do and sometimes I don't. And I just find it really interesting to think like Jesus showed up while people were doing the dishes and it was comfortable with that. Like he wasn't asking them to pause anything. He just flowed right into the rhythm of their life and certainly like disrupted it, but not because he needed it to be a certain way. It was just because when he comes, something always happens.
Yeah, and that's something that was consistent throughout his whole life. And even before that is just like the disruption of like what you think his life should have been or where he should have come from. Like you talked about his lineage like a couple or a few Sundays ago. Just all the women who society probably don't think belong in that story.
Yeah, it's so fascinating. He's just so inclusive as far as finding the people that are forgotten and pulling them in, pulling them close and saying, no, I have the capacity to I not only see you, love you, but I also want you, which I think is so beautiful. And like,
not just like you are included, but like you are integral, like very important to us. So, okay.
Bo is yelling in the background.
Our
Hey,
neighbors are
Tim, I need
currently
help.
demoing their kitchen or something. I can hear them banging. So it's not a silent night around here.
I'm texting Tim. Yeah, silent night. No, none of that. Nobody with children thinks that that's true. How has how is this week that this thought of Jesus just engaging in the middle of a normal and coming basically as they were? How's that challenged us as a church to relate to the people around us, especially in this week that can be a little bit more full of things? In a little bit, Bo. I know I dropped Bo off at Rachel's house last night for some Christmas crafting. And when I went to Trader Joe's to get some groceries, I was kind of walking through the candy aisle, and it was just like the last aisle. They always get you. It's like the spot after the museum where the kids are like, "Oh, come buy something." Um, but they had these like giant candy bars, and so I just felt like God prompted me to buy one for our neighbors, and they're like ridiculously huge, but they're kind of fun. So yeah, I just when I got to the cash register, the guy was like, "That's a lot of chocolate." And I was like, "It's not all for me. And even if it was, don't judge me. You don't know the life I lead." It was, I think it was like 5 pounds of chocolate or more. I don't know. But it just, I don't know. It just felt like it also brought a big smile to my face. It kind of reminded me of like Willy Wonka. And our neighbors have just all had um, their own things this year. I mean, and we don't know the scope of it because we don't know them very well, but it just felt like God wanted to do something that would bring a smile to their face. So we
Mhm.
started packing them up tonight and putting stickers on them, and we'll deliver them tomorrow in some gift bags. But just made me think like
Yeah.
it. I think in years past, I would have wanted it to be a lot more put together and thought out. And I'm like, but a candy bar, a fun candy bar, and a gift label is enough to just remind them that they're seen,
Yeah.
especially the one that lives alone. So.
Yeah, that's awesome. That a little bit reminds me, yesterday when we were traveling home, we stopped at like, the New York Welcome Rest area on the Thruway, at the bottom of the Thruway,
Mhm.
and we were eating our Burger King there, and, one of the workers there was sweeping the floors and cleaning up, and Esther's just the whole time turning around, like, away from her food, just going, "Thank you, thank you, thank you."
I love
Like, she
that.
doesn't understand the situation at all, but I was like, "That is so sweet." I hope you do that later in life when you understand. That's
Yes.
awesome. The guy
Yes.
turned around, he was like, "Welcome." I don't think he really spoke a lot of English, but it was really sweet.
Yes. I
Yeah.
love her heart. So good. Ashley's been really good at challenging us to just look people in the eye and
Mhm.
recognize them. And I think that's a great thing that Esther did.
Yeah,
We see you and your humanity.
yeah.
Nice
I
job,
hope she
Esther.
continues to do that because it was awesome.
Yes. It's probably a little bit of this. How have you been loving people where they're at? This might be a good question for those of you that are in maybe high stress bases right now, whether it's family or coworkers. Sometimes we can't change the people a lot. Well, we never can. How can we just love them exactly as is? This is a good one to sit on for a minute. Mm, that's good, Rob.
Yeah, I love that.
Yep, appreciate that. Yeah. I don't know. It's fun when your own reflection questions challenge you, I guess. I think sometimes I pray in a way that reflects that I don't love people where they're at because I'll say something like I can just think about the things I'll pray, like, oh God, would you change this situation or this person's heart?
Mhm.
And sometimes I feel like and it's not that that's necessarily wrong, but there are moments where I think God says, just love them the way that you find them because that's how I love you. And the rest of the transformation will come through that love. But yeah, there are definitely moments where I don't know that I'm always loving people as I come across them.
Yeah. Hmm.
What about everybody else? You guys got quiet all of a sudden. Have you been loving people where they're at? Especially if you are going to be around family this week.
I think another thing, like especially with people who are difficult to love, where sometimes it's hard to do it with your words,
Mm,
maybe actions can be a little bit easier, and it doesn't have to be, a face-to-face conversation with a person. Um,
yeah, it's good
you
reference.
know, just acts of service are sometimes a little bit easier. So,
Yeah. Here's a super good plug. Bags of Good Cheer. You can pick them up at the church still. If you're like, what are you talking about? It's this like goodie, it's a Christmas bag full of snacks and um, general things that make people happy, candy, sugar, caffeine.
mm,
So, yeah, sometimes it's easier to just do something compassionate if the words aren't there.
yeah.
It's good, Robin. That's good, Rob. Thank you. Trying to be more
Awesome.
present and listen.
Yeah.
Appreciate. hmm People will tell you interesting things when they know they have a genuine ear.
Mhm.
Yeah, it's good. Appreciate that. Nice. What else? It's a really good week to put everything that we've talked about these last couple weeks into action because we will just be around
Mhm.
folks. And if we haven't done anything yet, then we've got a really easy inroad. Get your bag of good cheer. We've got Christmas Eve service coming up at 3 o'clock on Christmas Eve, and you can pick up one. You're welcome to pick it up before then, but you can pick it up at Christmas Eve and bless somebody. Um,
Mhm.
but yeah, loving people. I would be opportunities I would envision coming up the next couple of weeks to do this. Loving people where they're at. Yeah. Any other thoughts, Robin, before we pray for people?
No, I don't think I have anything specific.
Well, then, how can we pray for you, you people, you seven eyes that we see, but we don't see? Oh, yes, a Kobo. That's good. By being nice. Yeah. It's pretty simple. I appreciate that.
Mhm. I know I'll just speak for some people that I know. I know a lot of people are having plans changed at the last minute because of COVID and
Mm,
other stuff. So
yeah.
I'm sure that's something we can be in prayer for quite a few people.
Yeah.
So that's not easy.
Well, Robin, do you mind praying for that? And then
Yeah,
you could give folks a chance to type something in if you want to.
totally. Lord, we thank you for this holiday season and all the fun that it brings. We thank you, Lord, that you are the reason that we are here together and able to celebrate. And we know that our our hopes and dreams for that celebration are one thing, and there may be other plans in mind this year for a lot of people. I pray for health for everybody, as
Mhm.
that's been becoming a bigger issue. Um, and I pray, Lord, that for anybody who is unable to celebrate the way that they had envisioned, that um, they can take some comfort in the fact that you sent your son, Lord, and that's why we're celebrating. And it doesn't matter what that celebration looks like, because you did such a big thing. And I pray for comfort in that anybody who may have to celebrate alone or change plans is just able to find comfort in somebody and in you, Lord.
Yeah. Amen. Yeah. Well, we bless you guys. We hope you have a really good Christmas and a healthy New Year. We'll see you hopefully at 3. If you can't join us in person, we're going to try and stream it, running on a simpler crew. So give us a little bit of grace, but it should be a lot of fun. And thanks, Robin.
Yeah.
Everybody has a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. And yes, we will see you. Remember, no church on the 26th. If you come to the building, you will be alone, in person, not in spirit. And we will see you hopefully in the new year. We will be watching infection information closely. So just keep your eyes tuned to our social media and and your email, and we'll just make sure that we communicate in enough time for everyone. Okay. See you
Merry
guys.
Christmas.